Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Paul. So let's get into the mess of the mess for today, y'all. I got a little bit of stuff to get down to. But first off, like, share, subscribe, and let's enjoy the channel. If you like it over here, all you gotta do is you come in for at least a minute or a second. You can click the like button. You can share it out. That's all it is. But let's get down to the mess of the mess. And first up, we got up that is Miss Cardi. So we got Cardi in a situation, where she was with on her live with her fans, and she was talking about the box set. People were buying the 3X T-shirt box sets, and she said, some of her fans, so my fans are fat. You know, she said it playfully, and so a young lady who I think is a fan of hers. She's a plus size model, if I'm not mistaken. She came out to write a long letter. And her mother did. Her mother came out too to let us know that she ended up DMing Cardi, and we all know how Cardi is. Cardi is 100% Cardi B, and telling that she felt a certain way about Cardi shaming plus size people and fat shaming. And Carly got with her, and she didn't like the way Carly came at her. And so now the girl came back to let us know that she's going to be off of social media for a while for her mental health. I said, girl, it wasn't that serious. I said, because she was talking to her fans. She was talking nothing to her fans, because I was actually in there, and I actually heard it. It's like I had no issue with what she was saying at all. She just saying in 20 minutes her fans, bought the 3X shirts box set. It's gone. She's like, so now I can't even talk about fat folks. She said, I can't even talk about fat folks because my fans are fat. It was nothing deep or nothing like that. So Cardi ended up coming back and letting us know that she stand down by what she said. And she said it wasn't that deep at all. She said, I have no problem with anybody, anything, no matter what you is, your face, surgery, whatever. It don't matter. She said that doesn't. She went. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that serious, and it was not. But I think this girl felt a certain way about it, just because it's like you wanted the reaction from Cardi B that you literally wanted. You DM'd this woman, so you wanted her to react, and she gave you what you wanted, and you couldn't take it. You put your own insecurities onto her. And that's not right to do that. Then she posted the thing. Her mother came to us. I was like, girl, y'all both of y'all are too dramatic. Y'all more dramatic than Carly. And I'm trying to figure out why. It's not that deep. I said, because she was not really, it's like, how you get offended by it? She talking about people buying 3X shirts, her box set shirts. But you made it what it was. You wanted the attention. You got what you got, and now you disactivating your account for a while you get your mental health together. I said, ma'am, I'm trying to figure out what you getting together. I said, and then you're an influencer, then you're a model, and I said you let little things like that still affect you in a bigger way, meaning you have a lot of work to do, because nothing anybody says shouldn't even affect you like that. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But let's move on to the next. Let's get into my girl Nene Leaks. So, baby, it is being confirmed or allegedly that Kim Zolciak and Sheree Winfield may be back to the Atlanta Housewives, because they already started filming. And my girl Nene came and said, I have not been asked one time to come back. I said, girl, you don't need to come back. I'm sorry to say it, Nene. It's like it would be refreshing to have Miss Nene Leaks back on my screen in Atlanta Housewives, but I said you don't. I said you don't need to come back to that. I said you need to Build something of your own, some a new reality show, you know, of your own. Like you can build something totally different like that. A new, fresh, new spin. Do something like that. You can do it. I said you're a businesswoman. You really can actually come up with something where I know you have a group of different girlfriends, that you can actually do a show. Like 5 of y'all. I'd say about 5. Make it even 5 of y'all. It would be nice to get all in different fields of, you know, careers, and y'all all are navigating through life and stuff. It's like you could do your own show and get it out there. I said you in good you back in good graces with NBC, baby. You might as well come up with something because they said they love you. You've been working with them again with the was it the Emmys? You got a little Emmy thing that you do when Emmys come around, or the Oscars, one of them. So you can actually come up with something and actually present it. Do a palette or two, and see how it goes. And sharp it out. Like you don't need to go back to Atlanta. It would be refreshing. It'd be nice to see you back on there, but you don't need to. The people they bring back is good enough for me. I said, it's good enough. It's what it is. But let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's move on to the next. So let's get into this is really crazy. So Ohio public school district is being forced to make sure that charters and private school children are have a ride to school, public buses. I said, wait a minute. You already don't have public schools. The public school district, Ohio public school district, already does not have buses to get kids to school anyway, just publicly. But y'all forcing them to make sure that charter and private school kids get to and from school. There was a new law passed, and I don't know when this law was passed. It could have been passed the last, because we did have. I'm in Ohio, and we did have an election, voting. I want to say about a few months back. It was one this summer, one this May, and I don't know. It had to be put on. I'm thinking it was put on. It had to be put on somewhere in between there or before, or when Trump was voted in. Something was put in where now they making Ohio public school districts responsible for these kids. I said no, because them parents, you put your kid in a private school, in a charter school, meaning you got the money to make sure they get back and forth to school. That's your responsibility. Because private school kids, public school kids, actually, parents got to make sure their kids got to get back and forth to school, because middle school and high school kids don't have transportation at all. Barely public, barely elementary school kids have transportation. But you forcing them to do something like this, which makes no sense at all. And I said something has to be done about this, because it's like they don't even have, then y'all cut everything. So how they supposed to come up with this money to make sure that these kids get there? So they got to also make sure they actually have to end up cutting what they have for for elementary school kids in the public sector. They had to actually make sure they got to get these other kids taken care of before them. I said, that's no, or they'll face a fine. I mean, it'd be millions of dollars of fine. I said, I take the fine. It'll be a fine, very much a fine, because I said, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let my public school children be without transportation for some private school and some charter schools. Parents need to figure that out themselves. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Cause I said I don't like that. You know, cause it's like high school and middle school kids, they don't have transportation. They gotta catch the bus. Regular transportation. And you know how regular transportation is. These buses run, them regular transportation, they run on their own time, and them kids be late most of the time. Cause a bus gotta stop every 3 minutes for no reason. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's move on to the next. So let's get into this. So Offset was on some podcast where he ended up admitting to his wrongdoings in the relation, in the marriage. Carly B, why they still going through this divorce, and he said he messed up. I said, you knew you messed up. You've been messed up, and you don't care. You still trying to get alimony out of this woman. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Excuse me, because Carly on her paper, because you ain't getting nothing out of her. She got kids. She got 3 kids to take care of, and they're yours. But you want alimony out of her. So he admitted to, messing up. But I said, to me, it's a little bit too late. Who cares? I don't. I said, like, you just admitting because your career is on the downfall. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody been checking for you. When you got with Carly, that's when your career went to the top for you solely. And now that you're not with her, it's going down the drain. And now you trying to do some pre-R. I hope it worked for you because you do got kids to take care of. I hope it works. I hope you level up. You maybe need to get back with your band member and do some music together. The Magoo, bring y'all group back out, and do that. You let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's move on to the next. And we got Spirit Airlines. So Spirit Airline is out here letting us know that they probably gonna be out of business next year due to tickets prices going up, and they struggling again since that merger didn't go through. And they've been saying that they can't keep up with these high prices because Spirit is supposed to be the cheap way of getting on the plane. I said you can bring them up a little, you can bring them up and catch up with them. I said, please, if people really trying to get to places that they need to get to, y'all should be able to do that. But then y'all got some workers that shouldn't be working there anyway, because that could be another reason why y'all in financial difficulties too. But let me know how y'all feel about it. Do y'all think they're gonna be non-existent by the end of the year? I don't know. I have no clue. They may figure out a way to survive. They may have to make a lot of changes to do some restructuring again to be back on top. But that's all that I got for y'all. It's your boy Paul. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. I hate this thing. Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. It's your boy Paul, and I'll get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.